Hey there, sign of Aries. This is Kim here to do your reading. This reading is your next 3-day outlook. Well, the energies that are meant to find you within the next 3 days. So of course the information it might expand into the future, but we do these every few days to keep you updated with what energy you have going on. Looks like you have really good energy, actually. I'm seeing really good cards here. So we're going to pull a Celtic cross, a full Celtic cross. And thank you all for being here. Thank you all so much for your nice comments. And liking the video helps. Of course, subscribe if you haven't already. And let's get into this. Angels, spirit guides, guide me to these messages. I saw a black snake in the yard yesterday, and tried to put it in a bucket so I thought that I was going to be able to usher it to the forest, and it would be safer instead of by the road. Yeah, that didn't work out. My idea was, well, it was a black racer snake, so it was non-poisonous, but I thought maybe I'll just outrun this snake, be faster than the snake was my idea. Yeah, that didn't work. That particular snake is really super fast, and so there might be a different strategy. When I looked up the spiritual meaning of it, I got fast transformation. Okay, so the reason I'm telling you is because I think it's a message to pass on to you also about fast transformation, something transforming fast, but also at the same time, maybe knowing your opponent a little bit more. If I would have known more about that snake, I would have known that a different situation called for a different answer, right? So there's something about that. On the bottom of the deck, I have the 8 of Pentacles. Could be something to do with your work, because look at all these pentacles here. We have the 10 of Pentacles as the challenge. The 5 of Pentacles is showing up as in the environment currently. So it's a current worry, care, and concern about your finances, about the things that are like of an earthly matter. It can also mean like health worry and concern, but it is a worry. We're wanting to get to this 10 of Pentacles energy, right? That's why it's the challenge. Maybe something you don't see that has to do with the 8 of Pentacles here on the bottom, something that you're already really good at, because that's kind of like mastery, mastery over something, over some sort of skill or ability that you already possess, helping you create a place for more abundance, like to build upon that. It feels like you have a choice and you have a partnership, but you have, more importantly, there's a choice about a path, a couple of different paths showing up here. Future and the outcome is the choice, and then the paths. And you may, let's find out from Spirit which path to take, because I have the 5 of Wands, so that's an energy of being a little bit scattered, and if you notice in this reading, for some reason, the energy is coming into me as like here, there, and everywhere. So, and that's kind of how this 5 of Wands is feeling to me. But the whole reading, it feels like this here, there, and everywhere. It might be in the mind. Tell me about Queen of Wands, the Sun, and the Tower in the reverse. So I think either you're rebuilding for yourself, starting from the bottom up for yourself, or there has been a significant Tower moment that was kind of avoided here. This is really strong, fiery energy. You have Leo, you have Aries, your own energy, the Queen of Wands. This is the recent past. This is like somebody who's not afraid to get burned, not afraid to put themselves out there. But I feel like you're like being guided by the sun energy of knowing that there's something for you to pursue or take a risk on, because it's going to bring a lot of happiness into your life. this is like a an attractor. Like, she's very attractive. She's attracting different things into her life. She's standing out maybe among the rest too, performing, putting something out there. Happening soon. Okay, I just thought I would check. So, if there was a situation here in the past, because I'm still on the past, where we feel like we were shut down, or, I mean, sadly, this card even can mean being in like an abusive situation, or a situation where you have to get out of it, and it felt like it was a trap or nowhere to run type of energy. But there is something here about this person's like at a train station, right? And it says happening soon. The situation or event in question will develop or unfold soon. So this is what I think you're getting away from finding fault or openly dishonored, somehow being openly dishonored. So that's why you're wanting to be in this confident, okay to take a risk energy. Really have strong leadership qualities coming through in this reading. With how you feel extremely strong and confident in yourself. No matter what's going on right now, you feel confident in yourself. So let's go right on to this Four of Swords is the issue. And this is a card that's saying that you're taking a time out from everything. From conflict, time out from the stress, time out from the worry. You're finding peace within, solitude, quiet. And let me, because I usually feel like this card means rest up, especially if I see like the Ten of Pentacles. It wouldn't show up unless it was something that you are going to achieve. You know, it's showing up because that's what maybe you're thinking about. This wealth, long-term stability, togetherness, too. Tell me about the Four of Swords in particular with this reading, please. Four of Swords. Wow. The King of Wands is coming out, and he's looking at the Queen of Wands. That's a divine couple. Ace of Pentacles reverses, to me, it's some sort of investment here. So, this is a big investment that you're about to put in on yourself. I think it's going to pay off. It's something that you're already, maybe you're establishing some sort of business or something that gives you a lot of passion to build, right? But it's gonna take some kind of a chunk of money here to get something started, to get something going, or maybe even for some of you all, it's about continuing what you've started to build on. This is about the actions to take, so we're really thinking about those actions to take. Interesting though that I have the King and Queen of Wands, because it's a very these people, if they were together, they would motivate others to kind of like to look up. People would look up to them. Sorry, I'm getting stuttery. People would look up to them. They would be inspiring people to build what they were able to build, to get over the obstacles that they were able to get over. So maybe we're really taking time out to think about how are we going to invest in this. Could be about how are you going to invest in a tangible way, like in a relationship. But I see it as like divine counterpart here, if that's why you're at this reading. Yeah, those two energies, if they're, for most of you, all those energies are within yourself. And so there's a lot of action, passion. And then the Ace of Wands is in the heart space too. So yeah, Ace of Wands is the portal that opens. It's from your heart space though. Something that you're passionate about. Definitely, again, can be passion. You're being looked at as like the catch. Man or woman, you embody this Queen of Pentacles energy. And so, I don't know, but I feel like you're attracting someone who sees you as this like stable, grounded, fruitful, perfect partner, but they're also really good at business too, what they do. So it's extremely positive to see that in the upright. This is somebody that knows how to handle their resources well. Tell me more about this passionate portal opening up. Love, romance, affection on the bottom. The fishing pole is talking about extending oneself. Could be somebody extending something to you or offering something to you. You could be counseling other people or have some sort of role where you help mentor others regarding self-reliance, regarding how you're able to build something. Or this might be a role that you'd be stepping into. I just immediately with this fishing pole, of course it says self-reliance and extend oneself, accomplishment and self-improvement, but I see the nature in the background. I just feel like it's time for, right now, time for some sort of rest and reflection. The roses says love, romance, affection, appreciation, devotion, yearning, enchanted. So somebody's enchanted by you, by the way you think, by your stability, by your practicality, and your ability to kind of like handle it all. They see you as very self-reliant here. Tell me about strength, which is how Aries is feeling at this moment. Tell me about strength, powerful and confident. Maybe to go in a direction when your intuition tells, wow, another divine counterpart. And the Ace of Cups. Wow. It feels like having the strength and the power to go in a different direction when your intuition calls you to. There's more than likely for a lot of you a new loving experience coming in here. It does bring in the money. Two divine counterpart energies, the King and Queen of Pentacles, the Queen and King of Wands. So we have masculine, feminine signs. We have balance here, but we have a very wealthy couple. I don't know if this is like a new opportunity being given to you, and then you take strength and confidence just within yourself to say, okay, I'm going to listen to my intuition and go in this direction. This can be even like a leadership position, CEO. This is a business-minded person. I get the feeling of them wanting to invest in you or invest in something that you're already building or that you already have inspiration for. But I won't lie, I think that the feeling right now is I want this new thing or new beginning. I want this portal to be opened for me, but waiting for that opportunity to come in, or I see it coming in. So let's see about what's currently in the environment, what's going on in the environment right now. You're seeing something clearly. The Magician, you're creating, look, you're going from like lack to luxury here with the Magician, because you're able to use that power to manifest, and you know that it's your godlike source power, the whole ocean in one drop. That is you, and the Magician knows that. It knows that they have all of that to work with. So you're going from, look, this could be like a rags to riches story with this Five of Pentacles and that Ten of Pentacles. They really want you to think about it and connect. And I'm kind of wondering if this is like even a sign to connect or pray, set your intention for even your guides to help you with this manifestation. Death to the Five of Pentacles. Death to the worry. End to the worry. Something here about the Four of Swords. Rest in the Hermit mode too. Alone among the stars. But you're among the stars. What are you all, what are they wanting you to reflect on? What are they wanting you to reflect on? The Devil. They want you to reflect on whatever fear is holding you back at this time. And they're also wanting you to reflect on your current relationships. Could be addictions or vices also that it represents. So they're wanting you to they're wanting you to reflect on all of the things that maybe have too much control or are keeping you in bondage at this time. And of course, to move past that, right? Rest, heal, recovery, rehab, it can mean a lot of different things, but they're wanting you to reflect on the shadow. The shadow. If there's a belief that is keeping some sort of manifestation ability or money or something tangible from you receiving it, then that's what they want you to reflect on. So you can move past your fears. And remember to breathe. I had to. 2 of Swords, the decision. There's a soulmate coming in. This soulmate energy. I started off saying I think there's a choice about a partnership and a new path coming up, and that's what they're saying. There is a soulmate. I think you're going to go towards a certain connection because of the Six of Swords and the 6 of Cups here. I don't even necessarily feel like if there has been a connection in the past, I feel like maybe it's already been disconnected energetically, something like that. Something here about this fresh new start, and you needing to go in a direction where you're feeling guided. High Priestess in reverse. You'll have to listen to your intuition. I don't think it's meaning that too much here though, because the Aries that I'm picking up on do listen to their intuition. No, this is talking about opening yourself up, moving past your fears and allowing yourself to be seen and vulnerable in ways that you maybe never have before, for the experience of it, to follow your heart. Yeah, that's how I'm reading that, High Priestess. But so this is good for your journey. This is a soulmate. It doesn't always have to just be romantic, but whoever it is, they're meant to be like partnered with you somehow, because there's money involved, there's finances doing good, there's stability, there's passion, there's movement. Something's gonna blow up. Yes, from the universe sticking out there. 17, the star energy. So it's like you're master of your own heart. The hope is that you keep going in the direction where life experiences just keep fueling your passion and your desire and making you feel hungry for life instead of survival mode, instead of just being. This is like more than that. This is hot. This is propelling. This is accelerating. The kerosene is like something's going to blow up pretty big, and it might be this passion. So get ready to receive. It's a big yes from the universe. Tell me more about this path that's opening up. 2 of Wands, 5 of Wands. Those together would tell a reader that there is issue here with focus, but because there's an energy that's kind of trying to pull on the focus and get you off track, and then there's or scattered, and then there's this energy. Okay, plan and prepare. Like it's time to plan and prepare because of this new path coming up, right? Plan and prepare. Divine counterpart. I don't know how many people I'm going to get in the comments that say, nope, not for me. Okay, if it's not for you, then maybe it's not that type of relationship. But I am picking up for a lot of you all, it is. Look at all the 2s. 2 of Cups, real love partnership. 2 of Wands, again, confirming. Something here is coming to fruition, and you're going to have a beautiful path to choose from. Love. Something you'll love. Yeah. Out of the trap. Fish hook in the reverse. Getting off the hook. I see the devil or the fears is representing that hook that can trap us and pull us in. And this is turning it around. Let's go on down after the whole I felt helpless for a while to suddenly off the hook. You're a great catch. Luck, prosperity, abundance, resourcefulness. So I think this is a great reading. Even 222 on the cut and 88. 2s are important. And the cards they really want you to think about right now are the Four of Swords, the Hermit, and tapping into your strength. Your strength, 16 and 25. 25 talks about how you process a lot of information, but you have a desire to dive deep into a variety of subjects, and it makes you special because you have a strong awareness here. So they're pointing out how intelligent you are. I am intelligent. And 16 is talking about your ability to read between the lines when it comes to people. I am perceptive. So picking up on your intuition and the things that you sense. All right, so that's what I have for you, Aries. I'm sending you much love. Bye.